The literal meaning of community means group. From the language, it means a group of people, or for that matter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the terminology even when it comes to birds, when it comes to ants, when it comes to animals. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the same terminology because they have been grouped with similar characteristics, with similar destiny. So human beings who are grouped together, whether geographically, sociologically, historically, ethnically, if they are grouped together with a similar destiny, that is called the jama'ah, literally in the language. However, through the Quran and the Sunnah, the word jama'ah, it took a broader and a deeper meaning to include a group of people who have a similar faith, a similar tradition, a similar inspiration, and also a similar legislation. We say, وَلَهُ الْحُكْمُ وَلَهُ الْأَمْرُ, concerning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those who is observing this amr, and that ahkam is the jama'ah of the Muslims. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He used different words to express the jama'ah. He used the word ummah. He said in one place, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you Muslims are the best of human beings, evolved for the whole humanity. Why? Because you enjoin what is right, you forbid what is wrong, and you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now here, enjoining the right doesn't mean encouraging people to do what's right. Amr bil ma'ruf means having the power to enjoin the people to do what is right, having the power. I'll give you an idea of Amr bil ma'ruf wa nahy al munkar. Coming from the airport, I think we went to a toll booth. Isn't there one? Toll booth. You can't just run through the toll booth. You have to stop and you got to pay the money. Why? Because it's paid for the highway. And even if the highway is paid for, you're going to still keep paying. Because it's part of the system. It's part of the enjoining of the system. So they set up a mechanical thing that you react to automatically and you pay. This is because they have power. When the Muslims have power, the Muslims is also able to do the same thing in their areas, in their communities. They can stop the drugs. They can stop the alcohol drinking. They can stop the people from gambling. They can stop the fornication. They can stop the adultery. They can stop the gangsterism. They can stop because they have power. And when we are unable to stop it, that means we have no power. And when our children and other people in our community see that we have no power, they roll over our faces. They do whatever they do right in our face. And even Muslims themselves, who themselves do not fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when they realize that the Muslims have no power, they also don't fear us, and they sell alcohol, and they sell drugs, and they sell girly magazines, and they sell khamr, and they sell khanzir, and they do everything, and they come right to the mosque while their stores are still open. And they have no fear and no respect. And some of them, they're on the majlis. Some of them is on the board of trustees. Nobody can say nothing to them at all. They have no fear. Because in the time of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, when a man didn't fear Allah, they would fear Umar radiallahu anhu. They would fear Khalid. They would fear people like Ubaydullah ibn Jarrah. They would fear men whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave in them power. They would fear them if they didn't fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is part of the Amr bil Ma'ruf. To enjoin the right means enjoin the people, encourage the people to do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered. And in case the people don't have no fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then they will fear the presence of those whom Allah has inspired. Nahy al munkar means forbidding what is wrong, stopping what is wrong, prosecuting the people that do wrong, making them pay for what they do which is wrong in this life, and that people can see people without hands. People can see in the public heads rolling down the street. People can see in the public, you know, some people got their hands and feet from opposite sides chopped off, and they see them crucified. They see people get punished. They see people get put up against a pole and see them get lashed in the public. They see people get punished for slandering, backbiting. They see it. And because they see that, that acts as a deterrent for them, because they think about that. They say, oh, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't think that the people in Saudi Arabia, I don't think they fear Allah any more than you and I. But on more than one occasion, I myself left my wallet or I left my bag someplace in the public in Saudi Arabia. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I came back to that spot and my wallet is right there. Unbelievable. But it is not so unbelievable when you think about it. Because when I was in Riyadh one time, and I went to the central mosque on the day they had the Hajj, you see, then I could believe it. Because if you are 7 years old or 9 years old or 13 years old, whatever, and you see the execution take place for the man who stole something, that is, he picked up a wallet in the street that didn't belong to him. And then somebody said, Harami. And he was caught with that wallet in his hands. That's the evidence, finished, through. It only took 3 days for them to counsel him, prosecute him, and after that, set up on the Jum'ah, the execution or the cutting of the hands. Quick, fast justice. If you saw that for yourselves, I think if you had seen my wallet sitting there, you would have probably just backed up. Subhanallah. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how He gives us, you understand me, these different signs. But we're living in a society where everybody's thinking about their own profit. And if nobody can see nothing, mashallah, it's mine. So the enjoining the right and the forbidding of the wrong, it is not abstract. It is not just we say, oh, brother, you shouldn't do that. We walk into a brother's store, you understand me, brother, he got halal meat all in the back. He telling me about, don't eat these chips, brother, don't eat them crisp, because they got red XZ on it, or whatever the case might be. He got khamr across the whole wall. He got khinzir right in front of him. He got a whole rack of girly magazine, fawahish, over there. And he got the lotto machine going. He got an extra people working over there on the lotto machine. And he telling me that he got halal meat and don't eat those crisps. And the same Muslim will be in the first or second rank of the masjid in Ramadan, praying behind the imam, praying the Taraweeh prayer, and he will be crying the most. The same man will be going to Hajj, and on Arafat he will be saying, Ya Rab, wa mat'amuhu haram, wa mashrabuhu haram, wa malbasahu haram, wa ghudhiya bil haram. How can his Hajj be accepted, and how can his prayers be accepted? But this is our condition. We can do nothing to him, because if we come in his shop and talk to him, he say, mind your business, get out of my store, I'll call the police. Because we have no power.